Hello, I'm Pia. You're watching KiniNews. The MACC has charged 2 people in relation to the Jana Wibawa case, and it appears a few more people are set to be charged. Well, this raises an interesting question. Who's next?
The MACC has revealed that more charges related to the Jana Wibawa scheme may follow. MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki said there were 3 or 4 more investigation papers being prepared for the Attorney General's chambers. Speaking to reporters in Putrajaya today, he said he does not rule out that there are others, including political leaders, who are being investigated. When asked specifically if Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin will be charged, Azam said he was unable to comment as investigations are ongoing.
Jadi saya tidak menolaklah mana-mana pihak pun, bukan kata pemimpin, mana-mana pihak sekiranya terlibat dalam menerima suapan untuk suatu perkara yang menyalahi akta kita, maka mereka akan disyadangkan bertuduhan di mahkamah.
Over the past 2 days, the MACC had laid out charges against Segambut Bersatu Division Deputy Chief Adam Radlan in 2 separate courts in the Klang Valley for soliciting and receiving bribes related to the Jana Wibawa scheme. Yesterday, the MACC also charged Company Director Theo Wee Cheng at the Johor Bahru Court with soliciting and receiving bribes related to the same scheme. Former Bersatu Information Chief Wan Saiful Wan Jan claimed that his party was being subjected to selective prosecution. He was charged in court with graft on Tuesday for an unrelated matter. When asked about this, Azam denied the allegation, stressing that the MACC acted professionally on 7 complaints that it received.
Sorry, Nik Lori. And that lorry may end up being an MCC truck if you're not careful with what you say about the agency. Today, Azam Baki was not in the mood to accept apologies from people who have made allegations that tarnish the graftbusters' reputation.
MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki told a press conference today that the individual who accused the Commission of offering a bribe of 10 million ringgit to Wan Saiful Wan Jan will not be forgiven. Azam Baki said the individual has damaged the agency's reputation and cannot be let off with a mere apology.
Saya sadar. Walaupun saya tahu dia telah membuat permohonan maaf dalam Facebooknya, namun demikian ini satu perkara yang saya tegaskan lagi sekali. Saya secara peribadi tidak ampunkanlah orang begini yang merosakkan reputasi SPRM dengan membuat tuduhan yang liar. Kalau nak cakap cara joknya, mana saya nak ambil 10 juta nak bagi kepada Wan Saiful Wan Jan? Takkan where on earth we can get the money to pay people?
Muhammad Shafiq Abdul Halim made the allegation in a TikTok video after Wan Saiful was charged with corruption on Tuesday. Shafiq has since apologized. According to Azam, Shafiq was summoned to the MACC headquarters yesterday and arrested at 3:30 p.m. He is being investigated under Section 40 of the MACC Act for obstruction of investigation and search.
In the past, we've seen rallies against Linas, especially those organized by the Himpunan Hijau movement. But today, we saw a rally in support of Linas. Our reporter, Fong, was in Kuantan today. Let's take a look.
Hundreds of pro-Linus demonstrators gathered in Kuantan, Pahang this afternoon. This comes after the government's conditional renewal of the company's license. The crowd, comprising workers and contractors, started converging at the football field near Dewan Orang Ramai Balok at 2 p.m. The participants of the Linus Malaysia Workers and Community Appeal Rally carried banners voicing support for Linus. Some even urged intervention from the Pahang Palace to help them. One of the banners said that Linus had been in operation for 12 years and has no record of negative effects on people, animals or the environment, and yet is being continuously slandered. The rally claimed that the government's decision to stop the cracking and leaching facility of the Linus plant has put the livelihoods of thousands of people at risk. Last week, the government agreed to renew Linus' license on several conditions. One of the conditions was to relocate the cracking and leaching facility, which produces radioactive water leach purification residue out of Malaysia before July 2023. The company decried the conditions and warned that hundreds of jobs would be lost as a direct result, if it is forced to close its cracking and leaching facility. Following this, Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Chang Lih Kang decided that Lynas would be able to keep its cracking and leaching facility in Malaysia on the condition that no radioactive waste materials are kept in the country.
It's the second day of the defense stage as Syed Saddiq faces 4 criminal charges linked to Bersatu funds. Today, he told the court that he was prosecuted simply for not supporting Muhyiddin.
Former Bersatu Youth Chief Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman claimed that he was prosecuted for refusing to support then Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. The Muda president alleged this during his testimony to support his defense against 4 criminal charges linked to 1.12 million ringgit of Bersatu funds. During proceedings before the Kuala Lumpur High Court today, the Muar MP testified that he has nothing to hide. He said this is because the investigation was initially over his report regarding alleged missing funds from a safe in his Putrajaya home in March 2020. However, he claimed that later that month in 2020, the MACC announced that it would investigate him over the matter. Syed Saddiq said this while being re-examined by lead defence counsel Gobind Singh Dio. The proceedings before trial judge Azhar Abdul Hamid today is the second day of the defence stage. The court on October 28th last year ordered the accused to enter his defence over 1 count of abetting in criminal breach of trust, 1 count of misappropriation of assets and 2 counts of money laundering. Yesterday was the first day of the defence stage when Syed Saddiq took the witness stand. Syed Saddiq had reiterated his denial of having ever issued a directive to former Bersatu Youth Wing personnel to take out 1 million ringgit of party funds. The trial will resume tomorrow morning.
If you're still hoping the government will let you reach into your EPF savings before you retire, you may want to stop being so hopeful. Anwar today said more withdrawals could lead to more problems.
71% of active EPF contributors who are 55 and below do not have enough money to retire above the poverty line. This was revealed by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim in Dewan Rakyat today. He said this followed 4 rounds of withdrawals from EPF due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Anwar said the number of active members who have achieved the basic savings level has reduced to 29% in 2022, down from 36% in 2020. The basic savings level is set at 240,000 ringgit by age 55. He said this showed that more than 2/3 of active contributors 55 years and below are in a serious situation where their savings are insufficient for retirement above the poverty line. He added that EPF estimates that members need to work an additional 4 to 6 years to rebuild their savings withdrawn during the pandemic. Anwar said that as of December 31st, 2022, there were 6.7 million contributors who had less than 10,000 ringgit in EPF savings. Anwar said any additional unscheduled withdrawals would cause more problems for contributors, which were already at a worrying level.
Pejuang is looking for friends to face the state election with, but who is willing to cooperate with the party that splintered from Bersatu, that splintered from UMNO?
Amanah Deputy President Salahuddin Ayub said Pakatan Harapan may have to consult its partner BN should Pejuang wish to enter the pact. Salahuddin was responding to reports on Kedah Harapan leader Mahfuz Omar's recent meeting with Pejuang President Mukhris Mahathir. During the meeting, Mukhris reportedly stated the party's intention to collaborate with Harapan in the upcoming state election. Speaking to Utusan Malaysia, Salahuddin said during a recent meeting at the World Trade Center, Harapan and BN agreed to focus on existing relations without new cooperation with other coalitions or parties. Mahfuz said he had proposed that Mukhris and Pejuang Secretary General Amiruddin Hamzah should consider joining Amanah. Meanwhile, Salahuddin said they will wait to hear from Mukhris, who perhaps wants an official meeting. He said after that, Harapan can either make a decision or discuss the matter with BN. Recent reports have suggested that Mukhris also approached Kedah past chief Muhammad Sanusi Noor.
The Menu Rahmah initiative is merely a short-term solution while the government works on something more long-term, Parliament was told today.
Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Minister Salahuddin Ayub told Parliament today that the government itself is unsure of the sustainability of the Menu Rahmah program.
Saya dah sebut tadi bahawa ini adalah jangka pendek. Saya tak cakap inilah the total solution dengan rendah diri. I'm not an economist. Ini jangka pendek. Kalau betul ada yang berhormat yang berbahas adakah dia boleh sustain, saya pun tak boleh beri jawapan. Tapi sejauh mana dalam hati rakyat ni ada rahmah, dia boleh kekal.
Salahuddin said while the 5 ringgit meals meet the needs of a particular segment of the community, it is not a universal solution for all. Instead, the National Action Council on the Cost of Living, comprising 11 ministries, has been tasked to address the issues of rising living costs faced by the people. He said it would look for long-term solutions to the bread and butter issues by implementing targeted subsidies. Salahuddin also defended the quality of food served under the Menu Ramah scheme. He said that participating eateries are offering quality food at affordable prices. PNMP Dr. Halima Ali drew flag after she reportedly expressed her concerns about the program during a debate in the parliament last Tuesday. Meanwhile, Salahuddin said fast food chains such as McDonald's, KFC and Burger King will also participate in the Menu Ramah initiative.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news update. If you like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia. Thank you for watching.